I made over $1 million in profit on Etsy, and then I started teaching my strategies to other Etsy sellers. And after guiding over 5,800 Etsy sellers on their journey to making a full-time income on Etsy, I've noticed that there are 10 questions that I get asked the most. So today I'm going through these here on YouTube for you so that you can take advantage of my advice and experience and see success on Etsy yourself. So question 1 is, what is the best way to increase traffic to my Etsy shop? Most Etsy sellers rely on Etsy for traffic. There's different places you can get that traffic from: Etsy, Google, or offsite ads, and then social media. So I'm talking about Pinterest, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, LinkedIn. And then there's also forums, online communities, blogs. In order to get traffic, you have to understand how to position your products. And if you are thinking about your products from a seller's perspective, you're not going to be increasing traffic to the shop because you're not positioning them for customers. What does positioning for customers look like? It means changing the SEO on your listings to reflect what customers are actually searching for. So this means, like, instead of describing your mouse as like a 4.5-inch silver and white mouse with 2.4G plus, oh my gosh. Like, instead of describing all the details, that is what the seller would be thinking. The buyer is thinking, I just want a cordless mouse for a laptop. That is an example of customer-centric SEO versus product-centric SEO, where we're describing all the details of our product that the customer doesn't really care about. Because just getting traffic is not enough, and where it comes from is everything. So that leads me to question number 2, and this is, should I use social media, and which platforms actually drive sales? So I know a lot of people like Instagram. We're comfortable on Instagram. It's fun. We doom scroll. So I'm going to put my Etsy shop on Instagram. You want to understand where your customers are, and it might not be the platform you're on. For example, if you are selling to a lot of baby boomers, grandparents, you might want to be on Facebook primarily. If you have very much a Gen Z audience, maybe TikTok, Instagram, those could be options for you. And then the second thing is, you want to understand the purpose of a platform. On TikTok, it is very difficult to drive people to external links. Instagram, they will often ask, are you sure you want to leave this platform, when you are clicking on a link to go outside of Instagram. Pinterest, however, they are expecting to leave Pinterest to go deeper into what's behind the pin. So Pinterest has really trained their users to expect to leave the platform. People on Pinterest are exploring. When people on Pinterest click on something, like from your shop, then they start seeing more and more and more of your pins. Like what I did on Pinterest 10 years ago still gets me traffic today, and I haven't touched it in years. If you don't have 1,000 orders in your shop, I recommend Facebook for 15 minutes a day and Pinterest for 15 minutes a day. If you are over 1,000 orders in your shop, add in another 15 minutes of Instagram. Does external traffic, like from Pinterest or Google or TikTok, help your Etsy shop ranking? Yes. Okay, keep this in mind. Etsy loves it when you drive external traffic. Etsy wants you to do that marketing for them. And proof of this is they have share and save links. So when you are using links from your shop and putting them on other platforms, they will actually not charge you the fees on that transaction when that person buys. They actually reward you for driving that traffic. How do I improve SEO? Titles, tags, keywords to get more views. One of the biggest mistakes I see is people doing those short Etsy titles. We have tested on a very large scale, long tail keyword, fully relevant titles with the short, stubby titles. Okay. Tells you how I feel about them. The short, stubby titles do not work. They actually ruined people's traffic for 6 months. Always use all of your SEO real estate. Also remember, titles are only 10% of your SEO, so you're plugging SEO not just within your listings, but on your shop homepage as well. And we want customer-centric keywords, so always focus on the purchaser, who is the buyer, who is the recipient, what is it for, how is it used, where is it placed, what problem does it solve. How often should I update listings to get more views and sales? You want to update your listings, leave it for 3 to 4 weeks, and then wait for changes in your stats. So do not be updating your listings every day because you're not going to actually see a measurable difference. A lot of Etsy sellers ask, how do I get people to trust my shop faster? A good rule of thumb is to get 25% of your customers leaving reviews. There are different ways to do this, but one of my favorites is through what I call our golden message series. Give them more facts, more information, anticipate their needs, anticipate their questions, and that will go a long way with a customer. Think about what other added value can you provide that your competition isn't adding to that purchasing experience. Maybe it's a YouTube tutorial on how to use the product, or maybe it's a little bonus that they can use that is complimentary. Are Etsy ads worth it, and how much should I be spending? Now, I will say Etsy ads will not fix bad listings. Etsy ads will amplify your current results. So if people don't like your stuff, if you have a 0.1% conversion rate, ads will not fix that. Ads will also amplify your current problems. Ads, first of all, they're not giving you qualitative information. They're not telling you why the person didn't buy. So you just know that people saw it and they didn't want it. We don't know what to fix about the product. If you're gonna do ads, I wouldn't do Etsy ads. I would actually do something like Meta or even Google. If your ROAS is not over 4, you might be losing money. It really depends on your price point, the Etsy fees, shipping costs, cost of your goods. I actually had a seller who did $22,000 in revenue on $8,000 in ad spend. You'd think, oh, she made like $13,000, $14,000. No, she didn't. She lost almost $5,000 on that. And if you're wondering, well, how do some sellers see results with ads while others burn cash? Remember, ads amplify your current results. What marketing tactics are working right now this year? Like trends, pushes, content types. Let's talk about products first. One thing that's working really well is combining categories like digital and print on demand, or print on demand and handmade, pulling in handpicked as a category, pulling in sourced as a category, adding in service components to digital products. We're seeing that work incredibly well. With seasonal trends, we're seeing a lot in the almost like nature space as far as animals go. So swans, ducks, fish, bunnies, owls, birds. I have complete trend forecasting videos that you should check out on my channel. Subscribe to the channel if you like those types of videos, because I do them. It's almost every month we have trend videos coming out for you. But I want to talk about some other things working well. One is a shift away from gift boxes and a focus more on higher quality single items, functional items where people would spend, at least $50 on that. And then we just add personalization to it. And then as far as content, I would say behind the scenes is always performing well. Pinterest is working better than ever. And lastly, what we really want to do now is curate our product mix. We do not want our shop to be a flea market that people have to sift through. We want a highly curated product mix that only gives customers the best options. We are removing the ugly colors, the ugly fonts, the options that people don't buy, and we're only giving them a curation of what we would consider best sellers. If you're thinking, well, that doesn't give me many products to work with, then my solution for you is seasonal drops. You could do it more often than seasonal. You could do weekly drops, but the drop model works super well. And we have a whole concept and strategy around product launches if you're interested in that. Why do I get traffic and no sales? The number one thing, product market fit. Your customer that you are wanting to target doesn't like your stuff. And if you're not getting that qualitative feedback, you will never know that. The second thing is actually they like the product that you have in the thumbnail, but then when they get into the listing, there's major friction. They can't even purchase without asking you a question. There's too many options. There's analysis paralysis. They can't make an easy decision. So you are making that purchase a mountain for them to climb, and they do not feel like climbing it when they're doom scrolling at 11 p.m. Now, if you are really interested in making a full-time income on Etsy in the next year, I would love for you to come to one of my free classes. I have 60-minute classes. I do so much tactical teaching, things that you can apply immediately in your shop. So we'll put the link on the screen with the QR code here. Just scan that, and we'll go ahead and put one of my trends video up on the screen so you can check that out. And I have lots of videos about new trends that are not yet on Etsy. So go check that out there, and I'll see you in the next one.